this wreath up for 50 cents at a thrift store. And the wreath was perfect, but it definitely needed some updating. So I took it apart, and now we're gonna start by making a beautiful bow for the center. Obviously I have my Bowdabra, and I'm gonna show you how to make this bow. I fold my Bowdabra bow wire in half. I have about 22 inches, and I'm gonna lay that down into my Bowdabra. Tuck the ends under so they stay out of my way. Now for this bow, I have this beautiful 2.5 inch wired ribbon, and I have 4 yards, so this is gonna be a pretty big bow. So first I put it in. Now this is the wrong side of my ribbon, so I'm gonna loop it back, then I'm gonna twist it and put it right back down into the Bowdabra. Then I'm gonna fold it back, twist it, and put it right down into my Bowdabra. And I'm just gonna keep going back and forth, fold, twist, and fold it, twist it. And let's just kind of unroll this a little bit. And I picked this ribbon up this week at Sam's Club. So I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful it was, and relatively inexpensive. So I'm just gonna fold this back, fold over, twist, and again fold it. Make sure that the inside, so this is really how to make a bow the very, very easy way. And I'm just gonna fold my last loop in there, take my Bowdabra wand, scrunch it down, take the wand out. Then I have these 2 ribbons that I match, I think, with my ribbon. And I cut about 2 yards, maybe. I measured it at 54 inches. And all I'm gonna do is keep the 2 together, twist them, and then fold it back and twist it. And I'm probably making these about 1.5 inches, but anybody who's watched any of my other videos knows that I always say it's a hand-tied bow, so it shouldn't be perfect. So I'm just gonna keep going and folding back and forth. And I love how the Bowdabra holds everything together, because it's so difficult when you have 2 different ribbons to make them match up when you're trying to do this by hand. I would never even forget attempt it. I could not do this by hand, which is why I love my Bowdabra, because it helps me to make absolutely gorgeous bows that I could never ever make by hand. And you make them pretty quickly. This one takes a little bit longer because there's a lot of ribbon in this bow, and it's a pretty big bow. I'm gonna put this on my upcycle garland, but you can also use a bow like this as a tree topper, because it makes an absolutely beautiful tree topper bow. So now I'm just gonna fold this back in here, and I'm gonna make my little loop in the center, and just take my Bowdabra wand, scrunch it down. And now I'm going to take the ends of my Bowdabra bow wire, and I remembered when I first put it in, I folded it in half. So now I have a slip knot. Pull it through my slip knot, hold it down, pull it really, really tight, separate the ends, and pull it out of my Bowdabra, so that now I'm not going to struggle with my bow, and I'm just going to pull it really tight. I'm kind of going to twist the bow a little bit so I can really pull it tight. Bring it around to the back and tie it off and knot it, just because that way it won't come apart. And I'm just here, I'm just gonna fluff the bow. And one of the things about fluffing a bow to go on, this would make an absolutely beautiful bow for a gift. Someone would be very happy. They probably wouldn't even care what was inside the package. So here, what I'm doing is just fluffing it, and I'm gonna finish the fluff once I put it on my garland, because when you fluff in air, you're never gonna get it right, but when it has something on the back. So I'm just gonna put this aside, and when we put it on our garland, we'll finish off. The second bow I'm gonna make is, I've already made one, and it's this cute little bow, but I'm gonna show you how I made it. Now I'm going to take another piece of Bodabra bow wire, and I'm going to fold it in half, lay it down into my Bodabra, and just tuck it up. Then I'm gonna take my two ribbon that match the ribbon that I just used, and I'm going to twist and put that down into the Bodabra. And I'm going to, again, just twist and fold it, and bring that back, and do the same thing on the other side. And this bow actually would make a really nice smaller bow for your Christmas tree, or also for on top of a gift for Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever. Now I'm going to put my little ornament in the middle. Oops, just lay that down in there. Take my Bodabra wand and just kind of scrunch everything together. Then I'm taking my Bodabra bow wire. I'm going to again pull it through the slip knot. Pull it really tight while it's still in the Bodabra. Separate the ends, bring it around to the back, and just, whoops, tie it off. And now I'm just going to shape my bow, and again I'm going to shape this more as once I put it onto. Boy, I'm just throwing it. Throwing everything all over. But the Bodabra is durable, so you don't have to worry about it. And I'm just going to cut this piece of ribbon a little bit here. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is take my wreath, everything back over here, and I'm going to take this bow and tie it onto my wreath. Whoops. And then I'm just going to bring the wire around. Now, one of the things that I did do before we started filming was I took the pieces of the wreath and I kind of separated them to make them a little bit more full. And I'll pull that around to the front, and just gonna fluff my bow. And like, as I said a little bit earlier, I think this bow, maybe if depending on the size of your tree, or you can make two of them, one for the front, one for the back, would make a very, very pretty tree topper bow. Okay, now I'm going to take my smaller bows, and I'm just going to tie them. Grab the wire here. I'm just going to bring this around to the back and flip it over and just tie it. And I have no idea why I tied a bow there, but I guess I was in a bow mood. So now I'm just going to separate the ends, and I really love this because it's so easy to make. And every time I turn it over, I scrunch my bow. So I am going to have to fluff everything out again. So I'll take this here, just tie this little bow onto the end here. And keep fluffing. And you have an absolutely beautiful garland.